The 2026 MotoGP preseason has been dealt a massive and unexpected blow following a high-speed training accident involving Gresini Racing's standout sophomore Fermin Aldeguer. The 20-year-old Spaniard, who recently secured the title of 2025 Rookie of the Year, suffered a severe fracture to the shaft of his left femur during a multi-rider private test session held at the Espar circuit in Valencia. This high-profile training event was organized by reigning 8-time world champion Marc Marquez and was intended to serve as a vital warm-up for several top-tier riders before the official winter testing schedule commences. Alongside the Marquez brothers, who were circulating on modified street-legal Ducati Panigale V2 machines, Aldeguer was pushing his limits at the Guadalquivir facility owned by the legendary Jorge Martinez Espar when the incident occurred. On the opening day of the scheduled 2-day test, Aldeguer was involved in a spectacular and violent crash that required immediate trackside medical intervention and a subsequent emergency ambulance transfer to a nearby hospital. In a formal communication released across social media platforms, the Gresini squad confirmed the gravity of the situation, stating that their rider had sustained a major diaphyseal fracture and was being moved to the Hospital Universitari d'Aixos in Barcelona, a facility synonymous with elite motorsport recovery through the Quirónsalud Group. Interestingly, despite his status as a contracted Ducati rider, photographic evidence from the circuit suggests that Aldeguer was actually utilizing a Yamaha R6 for his training, a 600cc supersport machine capable of producing 140 brake horsepower, reportedly because the Borgo Panigale factory had not yet delivered a dedicated practice bike for his personal use. The timing of this injury could not be more catastrophic for the young rider from Murcia, as he is now scheduled to undergo invasive surgery as early as this afternoon or Friday morning to stabilize the bone. Following the procedure, he will be thrust into a desperate race against time to undergo intensive rehabilitation before the official preseason kicks off on February 3rd at the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia. With a mere 20 days remaining until those crucial 3 days of testing conclude on February 5th, Aldeguer faces the very real possibility of missing the start of his most important season to date. This pressure is compounded by the fact that testing continues shortly after, on February 21st and 22nd in Buriram, immediately followed by the season-opening Thai Grand Prix the very next weekend. Given that femur fractures typically necessitate several months of healing and physical therapy to regain full strength, his presence on the starting grid in Thailand is now shrouded in uncertainty. While the paddock watches Aldeguer's recovery closely, the Valencia test also served as a milestone for Marc Marquez, who made his highly anticipated return to circuit riding at the same venue after being sidelined by a fractured shoulder sustained during a collision at the Indonesian Grand Prix last October. Under the watchful and analytical eye of Ducati team manager Davide Tardozzi, Marquez appears to be regaining his form, while his young peer Aldeguer now begins a grueling journey of recovery in hopes of saving his 2026 championship aspirations.